You're watching Well-Traveled Life with Jonathan and Jennifer, and we are in the town of Visby on the island of Gotland in the country of Sweden. This is the city of roses and ruins, or a miniature Sweden. It is one of the most picturesque medieval towns in all of Scandinavia. The port is about a 15-minute walk into the city. You can see the city from the shore. It's a fairly flat trail. Walk with the coastline to your left. There is no southern wall because the sea is the actual wall, but you'll see the city rise above you to your right, opposite the coastline. Gotland's highest point is just 2 meters above sea level, although the medieval city is actually fairly hilly, and you will find yourself getting a bit of a workout as you walk or ride bikes through town. The rest of the island is fairly flat and is a biker's paradise, and you will see bikes for rent at the entrance to the Norderport city wall, which is one of the main gates. It is indeed an old city. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. There are about 60,000 residents on the island. The city is surrounded by the best preserved medieval wall in all of Scandinavia. There are 13 turrets, and in 1361, the Gotland farmers were killed in battle with the French and the Danish invaders. There are 3.5 kilometers of limestone walls with 36 towers surrounding the inner city. We would suggest for visiting the old city that you start at the Norderport, the main gate, and from there follow down past the Maiden's Tower, past the Powder Tower, which is 25 meters high, to the Love Gate, where all couples should stop and kiss, and through the Gotland Museum, where there's the largest cache of Viking treasure ever found. In the center, you can see the Church of St. Nicholas Abbey ruins, as well as St. Marys Cathedral and the Church of St. Catherine. The Church of St. Nicholas is an abbey ruins, and the church was founded before 1230. St. Marys Cathedral. It is the only surviving cathedral in Gotland, and the oldest part dates back to the 12th century. You can go inside that church as long as Mass isn't in service. We did not see bike rental at the port, although we did see bike rental at the city center. It's also worth just wandering through the small streets and look for the gates, the tunnels, the bridges, and the amazing medieval architecture. The city is visible from a distance because of its red tiled roofs and the painted buildings. You'll see a lot of the Swedish yellow buildings, as well as the half timbers and wood and plaster. There is a hop-on, hop-off bus that will take you to the far reaches of the island and show you some of the more rural areas. The hop-on, hop-off bus is going to take a full tour. Not everybody wants to go to all ends of the island. I think it's worth seeing, and it's 45 minutes of your time that isn't poorly spent. But if you're trying just to get to the city to spend as much time and maximize your time in the city, you may opt to walk or catch a ride via a taxi or Uber. The hop-on, hop-off bus will take you from the port to Stortorget, which is the main square, about a little over a mile from the cruise port. It will take you to the Gotland Caves. You'll go by the Botanic Gardens, and it will take you to the movie home of Pipi Longstocking, known as Nipbeen. It is a water park and camping area popular with tourists. The Lumalunda Groton Caves are known for having 8 to 12 degrees Celsius temperatures all year round and are open year round, but are also past the city center. So you would need to go past Old Town to get to the caves. Gotland has its own spoken dialect. It's melodic and includes double vowels, but is considered the most difficult Swedish dialect to speak. We feel like Visby is the hidden gem of Sweden. And if you've enjoyed this video, we hope you'll also check out our video on Stockholm.